Let's turn our attentions to Man United. Some strong comments today. We've seen, if we believe the reports that we're reading, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got the hairdryer treatment out at Southampton, unhappy with the way that Man United haven't been able to kill off games. What have you made of Man United's start to the season, Clinton? Because we are only 4 games in.
I've been to a lot of their games this season. Like, I've been working at a lot of their games, and I went to the Southampton game, and they were majorly, it was just disappointing they were at Southampton. If you look at it, they started off ever so well in the first half. It was like Wolves game where they played well in the first half, and then second half they were so disappointing. Their one bright spark has been Dan James. Obviously, I think Maguire's been excellent. Wan-Bissaka, they've been excellent defensively, but Dan James has been excellent. He was sensational on the weekend when I went and watched him.
Is that because he's surprised in a way? Because I think when they bought Wan-Bissaka and Maguire, everyone expected them to play every minute of every game. But Dan James, because Man United had a lot of options in those positions, did you think that he'd play as much as he would and score as much as he would?
I don't think he thought he would play as much going to a big club like Man United. But obviously, the boy believes in himself, and he's a terrific talent. Being an ex-striker, I'm watching the balls. He's beating his fullback and just whipping balls into the 6-yard box. I'm thinking, where's the Man United strikers? Yeah, Rashford is in there, but make your movement to get across and get your goals. I like Marcus Rashford. They missed Martial on the weekend, but you have to be ruthless. I'm not saying, no disrespect to Southampton, they're 1-0 up, it's Man United, you expect them to see out a game and win it. In the end, Southampton could have probably gone on and won it, but they went down to 10 men. So, yeah, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's right to have a go at his players, because they should be doing better with the squad of players. I know they're missing players, and they didn't sign a lot of players in the summer, but they still signed enough players for that squad to be doing better than they are at the moment.
I still think Man United got an awful lot of problems, I think. A bit of unrest. I think you look at Pogba. You know, for me, I think he probably sold the wrong player. I would have sold Pogba, kept Lukaku. At least with Lukaku, he gets you goals. Yep. You know, he did it at Everton, I think 3 years consistently. Man United, he's up in the 18s, 20s. I think Pogba right now, everybody's saying he's showing a good attitude, he's showing a great attitude. Well, that's a gimme, isn't it? Show a good attitude playing for Manchester United. You know, I think he's playing almost at 75%. I really do, and that's not helping McTominay, who's trying to make his mark in the game. A young Scottish midfielder, gets around, up and down, and I think it's like that threads through the dressing room. Lindelof looked a world beater early on in the season. Yep. I think Maguire and Lindelof are very, very similar. I think they both go and attack the ball. They're both physical presences. So I think, you know, Wan-Bissaka's injured. I still think there's an awful lot of work to do for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and Man United have to decide, is that team there? Daniel James, £15 million from Swansea. What is Daniel James? Is he 19 now or something like that? Is he 19? He's very young.
He's still young. Yeah.
He shouldn't have come in and been the best player. Yeah. He's somebody that he should be coming in and playing the odd game, learning, improving and getting better off the other players. He's their best player at the minute. He's their biggest threat. And he's got them for at £15 million.
21 years old.
21 years old, sorry. And I think he's, you know, I just think that Ole's got I don't know Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He doesn't look to me, I heard at the weekend that he gave him the hairdryer treatment. He doesn't seem that type to me. You know,
you can't imagine him doing that?
No, I can't. And I played under managers where if you go goal down just before half-time, you don't want to go in the dressing room. You know you're going to get it. If he's particularly lost your man, I don't think he's as. He's got to be the main man. The manager has got to run that dressing room. Players have to be in fear of the manager. You talked to Man United ex-players how they felt letting Sir Alex Ferguson down. You could not let him down. You wouldn't dare let him down. You used to be absolutely. You know, you'd be frightened to walk in that dressing room if you'd made a mistake. I don't think, not everybody's got that era of a Ferguson, by the way, or Sir Alex. I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's got that about him to be in that position that he's in, managing that great club. And I don't think that group of players is good enough to get into the top 4. Now, you've got several key players in it, top talents. Rashford is a great talent. Daniel James, we've spoken about. Pogba when he's at it. 50 million Wan-Bissaka, the goalkeeper. But I just think Young is makeshift. Lindelof's been poor in recent games. Now, it's not me having a pop. I've got nothing against Man United. They're a wonderful industry, wonderful football club. But right now, them players are not at it.
OK. It's interesting, Clinton, looking at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's record. 82% win rate he had in his first 17 games. Won their first 8 games, so everything was going right for him. We can look at it here. In his last 16 games, down to 19. I mean, that is a staggering difference, isn't it? What do you put that down to? And going over from what John says, do you think there are big problems at Man United?
There's a few problems, yeah, there is. It always happens when a manager comes in. He came in as a caretaker manager. You start getting the results. The players start playing for the new manager and stuff. And then after a while, I'm not saying it happens all the time, when he signs a new contract, then his win percentage goes down, he starts losing. This is tough times now for Ole. This will show him about his man management skills now. But John makes good points. Paul Pogba. Yeah. I watched him, the Southampton game. I love watching him. Such a talented player. Yeah. But Pogba wants to show everyone how good he is. Everyone knows how good he is. Like, there's a 5-yard, 10-yard pass on. He wants to do a cross, show everyone how strong he is, and then not a 60 or 70-yard pass, where the simple pass is sometimes the best pass. I think he's a great talent. I want him to be successful at Man United. But you look at the squad now, there's a lot of young players. This is where you need Paul Pogba to step up to the mantle and start showing what his ability is.
Do you think Paul Pogba will stay at Man United long term then, or do you think that it's going to come to a situation where he'll look at it and Man United will look at it, and you say some of these problems, John, that you're alluding to, you think come from Paul Pogba, and you think that may be in their best interest to let him go?
I think he's playing at 75%. I don't think he's actually given his... He might look as if he's given his all, but for me, his all is better than what we're seeing now. You know, if he's 100%, you look at some of the performances that he has made for Man United, he has to run the game. Yeah. He has to be in control of the football match. He can almost slow it down, speed it up. They paid over £100 million for him. This man was the most sought-after player on the planet at Juventus. He's come to Manchester United and he's showed nowhere near that form. Because, in my opinion, I don't think he really wants to be there. He wants to be back in Italy, or he wants to be in Real Madrid. Yeah. And until he needs to knuckle down, because he can't go anywhere until January. You know, he's in the back of the papers every single day. There's something not right. Yeah. If it's his agent, tell your agent, stop linking me with clubs. I can't go anywhere until January. If you want to move away, link him with every club in the country like he's doing now.
Clinton, Gary Neville said Ollie's on the right track, the style of play is right, there's a very long way to go and it's going to be bumpy along the way. Paul Scholes saying it's going to take another 2 years for United to sort themselves out. What do you make of those
them two have been there, seen it done. They know the DNA of that football club. They're spot on. I think Paul Scholes is spot on. I think it will take another 2 years. As John said, if players like Pogba don't want to be there, you get rid of them. And he's trying to do it the right way by bringing young players in. Yeah. Like, I think Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, the James signing, they're three great
Mason
signings.
Greenwood as well, another player that Man United fans are very excited about.
He's very excited. Yeah. I saw him, he came on the weekend, he looked really lively. He just wants to get in the box and he wants to get his shots away. So, yeah, and I like the route they're going down, but it's going to take a bit of time. And what you have to realise is fans don't give you that much time. I hope they stick with Ollie and give him time and back him, but you've got to realise it's Man United Football Club, one of the biggest football clubs in world
And
football.
How long is it they have the Champions League football now? Was that how many years is that?
It's a few years. Yeah. I think it's 3-4 years.
Can they be 3 or 4 years out?
Not a club.
I know
of
they
that
won
stature.
the Europa League and they won some trophies under Mourinho. But this is, as you say, this is Manchester United, and we're saying they need 2 years. Paul Scholes, who was a masterful player in the middle of the midfield for
Beg your pardon, they were in it last year, of course, the PSG game, the handball. So they were in it last year. They had a break because they won the Europa League.
2 or 3 years.
In the years they've been there, in recent years, they've had years out of it in the Europa League. They did win the Europa League, it's worth pointing out as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And, you know, you've got Paul Scholes saying that they're 2 years away. You know, that's his honest opinion. Yeah. He can't look at it and say, well, I think they'll finish it. I can't see them finishing the top 4, to be honest.
Can you, Clinton?
I think that 4th place is up for grabs. I do believe it's up for grabs. I know we haven't really spoke about Chelsea, but I know everyone say they've had a slow start, but I think Chelsea have got a good chance of sneaking in. And obviously Arsenal have done good business. But I do believe Man United could get a run of games and start scoring goals. I think they've got a great chance, but they need to keep all their best players fit. They missed Martial on the weekend, so I still believe that 4th spot is up for grabs.
So United don't think top 4 for you, John?
Not for me. I think you've got to look at Arsenal. I think they've strengthened Ceballos.
Pepe, of course.
Pepe, David Luiz. But Chelsea played him a lot in a 3, didn't they? Arsenal want to play a 4, I think. So I think Arsenal will be in there. I think potentially Everton have to do something. You look at Chelsea, Spurs, Man United, are they going to finish above one of them? I can't see it, to be honest.